Coming up on this edition of SUTV News, the Bison Sports Arena is being remodeled, and we take a look at the history of the building.
The NDSU Forensics team adds another trophy to their shelf.
And in sports, a Bison coaching change, details to follow.
This is SUTV News, and it starts now.
Welcome to SUTV News. I'm Cassie Rolfing.
And I'm Delaney Freer.
Bison women's head basketball coach Carolyn Dehoff was just announced her resignation.
Effective April 15th, the search for a new head basketball coach will start immediately afterwards. Coach Dehoff has a 72 and 101 record since she started and only has 3 games left in this season. We'll be hearing from Coach Dehoff later tonight.
As many of you know, the Bison Sports Arena is being remodeled, but there is much history of the building that only few can tell. SUTV's Bryn Nelson has uncovered some of that history from former Bison basketball coaches.
The new field house, or at least that's what they used to call it back in the 70s when the Bison Sports Arena first opened. A complex that was going to be used for everything, except women's sports, that is.
We had the other facility, the Benson Bunker was supposed to be the women's facility, but our interest in our program and our crowds grew and we needed a bigger area, so our first athletic director that was here, Aids Bonberg, and I and Lynn Dorn looked around for actually a space just to make into a women's locker room.
When the women first started playing there, Coach Ruley helped fashion a locker room out of a custodial closet and some storage space. But for all its faults, the BSA was still one of the best.
It was the premier facility in the upper Midwest and definitely in the Dakotas and in this region, and really exciting for all of our university and the sport around to watch it grow and to be a part of it.
I looked at the Bison Sports Arena and I thought, wow, this is phenomenal. I mean, it was over the top good for me. You know, this was 1978, and so it's a whole different look. We've got a tartan floor. I go in there. The place is humongous. It's as big as a football field. And I think, wow, I've just died and gone to heaven here.
Anyone who's been to a game lately can feel the heat of the place. Literally. The upper seating can reach scorching temperatures during game day. But back in the 70s, it was a little different.
You know, there were times, I mean, that's kind of the evolution of this building too. There were times there was no heat, or the big door on the north side would open and a white cloud of cold would rush in. And so we never really knew. You kind of just layered yourself and planned if you needed to take a few layers off, to take them off. If you needed to put them on, take them on.
When these coaches started their careers, the BSA had no bleacher seating on the ends and everything was completely wide open. After adding the bleachers, the atmosphere in the building changed.
It filled the stadium in, it made it more homey, it made it more intense because of the fact the crowd was a little bit closer to you.
When Coach Inniger started, the team sat on the opposite side of the court, and where students sit now is where fans who paid for tickets got to sit. But as crowds got bigger, they had to move them to the other side.
It was really an exciting time and a fun time to be a part of the program and part of NDSU.
The fans want us stuck. They get it.
With all the years it's been around, the Bison Sports Arena has created memories that will never be forgotten.
I look back through memories. The memories aren't just with the basketball program. It's with all the other things that came along with it.
For me and many of us, this has been home. I mean, it's like a big old house that has been in need of a remodel.
And a remodel it will get. Bryn Nelson reporting, SUTV News.
The $41 million remodel is set to start after the men's basketball game on March 1st. This remodel will transform the BSA into a true Division I athletic complex.
With the most expensive build since the games began, Sochi, Russia set the stage for one of the most memorable Olympics ever. This Sunday, they will wrap it up with the closing ceremony, and so far, the United States has come away with a few history makers. A first for the U.S., Ted Ligety won his second Olympic alpine gold medal in the giant slalom event. Erin Hamlin won the first medal ever for the U.S. in women's luge singles. And Olympic skaters Merrill Davis and Charlie White scored a world record of 78.89 points in ice dance, securing the first gold medal for the U.S. in that event. As it stands now, the United States is leading the way with 25 medals so far. However, only 8 of them are gold and 11 are bronze.
There has been 3 straight days of temperatures in the 30s, but along with these higher temps, the melting snow is making a mess of sidewalks and roads throughout campus. All around campus, there are random accumulations of snow, and the melting of the snow, however, has led to dirty, unpleasant puddles everywhere students walk. The all too familiar cold winter weather will return soon, but until then, there are some mixed opinions regarding NDSU's cleanup system.
NDSU should remove the snow faster because when it goes to slush, it freezes again. And then having a low car, it's kind of a problem because you just hear it scraping under the bottom, and it's real irritating to hear and feel.
I think they're doing a good job. I mean, we live in North Dakota. This happens every year. It gets warm and it freezes again. It'll all pass over soon.
This warm weather will slowly start to lower again, with tomorrow having a high of only 9 degrees.
Marcus Theaters, the company that owns West Acres Century Cinema here in Fargo, is planning a multi-million-dollar remodeling project, which may include the sale of alcohol. A liquor license is required for this, and a representative approached the Fargo Liquor Control Board this week. Part of their proposed plan would include a Take 5 lounge, where customers can drink alcohol either in the lounge or bring their drink with them into the movie. Customers would not be able to buy more than 2 drinks, and the theater wouldn't be allowed to offer discounts. There would also be theater staff to patrol this, and the drinks would be served in unique cups that are easy to identify. The license that Marcus is seeking has an upfront, one-time fee of $100,000 and will allow the sale of wine, spirits, and beer, but the company wants to submit to the city a discount, where they would only have to pay $10,000. Despite all of this, not every NDSU student feels the same about this proposed idea.
There's nothing wrong with having a little drink or two when you're out with friends at the movie and you have alcohol at restaurants. No one's really complaining about that, and it's a profit for the West Acres, so I think it's a good idea.
Take away the family-friendly atmosphere of it, just because like if you're like on a date or something and you want to watch a movie just in kind of like silence, it's kind of annoying to see like a little drunk person walk in and disturbing that.
The sale of alcohol is a big part of Marcus Theater's renovation project, but it has not yet applied for the liquor license. Any license they decide would need Fargo Liquor Board's approval.
The Vagina Monologues happened this week, and they kept their promise to the audience of making them laugh, cry, and sometimes shock them.
Hear more about this after this week's 7-day forecast.
The future is constantly unfolding. No one knows better than those preparing for it. Every week, NDSU's student-run television organization, the Bison Information Network, brings you SUTV News, with news about NDSU, the campus community, and current events affecting you. Watch SUTV News on Cable 1, Channel 14, Friday and Saturday at 9 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m.
The NDSU Bookstore, where every true fan and alum goes to get their pride on. Gear up with a variety of high-quality t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more. Made by top-of-the-line brands like Under Armour, Nike, and CI Sport to help you show off your Bison pride. The NDSU Bookstore has everything you need in your 2 favorite colors, green and gold.
SUTV News is brought to you by Stop and Go. Stop and Go, we're always there.
Welcome back. The World Iview Speaker Series kicked off today in the Memorial Union.
This series features topics of international focus and speakers from NDSU faculty, staff, and other visitors. There are only 2 events left in this series. One, on March 27th, that focuses on the importance of civic engagement and leadership, and the other, on April 24th, that teaches students about what happens to our brains when we study and live abroad. Each event uncovers opportunities for NDSU students to study international topics and are free and open to the public.
NDSU's Vagina Monologues performers kept their promise to its audience. They made them laugh, cry, and at times they shocked the crowd with their raunchy dialogue centered around feminine issues. Audiences filled the Memorial Union Ballroom on Friday and Saturday to watch the one-act performance written by Eve Ensler. The performance was part of a larger V-Day movement, which is working to end violences against women globally.
There's a lot of negative connotation behind women seeking power, and this is just kind of a celebration, letting women be empowered and speaking about some controversial topics that are kind of put hush-hush.
This is my third time seeing the show, and I really like it. I think it's really funny. I really like what the money goes towards and what they're raising awareness for.
To find out more about V-Day and the monologues, visit www.vday.org.
This Wednesday was the last Passport to Payday presentation, which informed international students about U.S. markets. The Career Center and the International Office have been working together for the last 5 weeks for these presentations. Resume writing, interviewing basics, job searching, internships, co-ops, visas, and paperwork have been the topics of these conferences. Here the students have had the chance to learn a little bit more of what working in the U.S. means and what process they need to follow to get it.
It's much easier to sell yourself or market yourself as an employee if you know the process in which you would need to follow in order to get hired. Whereas if employers are already a little leery about what sponsorship means and they don't understand it, typically they will overlook an international student because they just don't want to deal with it or educate themselves, take the time to educate themselves.
Passport to Payday is done, but if you need more information, visit the International Student website or ask for an appointment with your supervisor. NDSU Forensic team has another trophy to put on their shelf.
This and more after the break.
The future is constantly unfolding. No one knows better than those preparing for it. Every week, NDSU's student-run television organization, the Bison Information Network, brings you SUTV News, with news about NDSU, the campus community, and current events affecting you. Watch SUTV News on Cable 1, Channel 14, Friday and Saturday at 9 p.m., and Saturday and Sunday at 9 a.m.
Jitters is the NDSU Campus Community's coffee hub. Conveniently located right next to campus, Jitters Coffee has a wide range of amenities, including comfortable seating, Wi-Fi, and an assortment of beverages. Jitters is here to meet your needs, whether you're looking to relax and socialize or study in a rich, active environment. Be sure to make your way over for your morning brew, a bite at lunch, or for a break between classes. Get your fix only at Jitters.
The NDSU Bookstore, where every true fan and alum goes to get their pride on. Gear up with a variety of high-quality t-shirts, sweatshirts, hats, and more. Made by top-of-the-line brands like Under Armour, Nike, and CI Sport to help you show off your Bison pride. The NDSU Bookstore has everything you need in your two favorite colors, green and gold.
Deeks Pizza, prices with the student in mind. Fast delivery and conveniently open until 3 a.m. Order by phone at 701-235-0708. Order online at deekspizza.com or order with Deeks' easy-to-use mobile app. NDSU. Make Deeks your choice for pizza this semester. That's Deeks. Great pizza that won't empty your pockets.
SUTV News is a production of the Bison Information Network in conjunction with North Dakota State University's Department of Communication Broadcast Program. For more information, go to www.ndsubin.com.
Welcome back. The NDSU Forensic team has once again accomplished something for the record books.
After hosting the NDISL SDIFA state tournament this past weekend, the team was crowned the North Dakota state champions. The team came away with the team title, 9 individual champions, and 4 of the 5 top students in individual sweeps end the tournament. NDSU placed first with 268 points, SDSU placed second with 188 points, and third place went to NSU with 107 points. Kristen Fennell, one of the team members, also qualified to represent North Dakota at the Interstate Oratory Contest in April.
Having a small program that competed with only 4 students at state and to win the state title by 80 points, which is a huge margin, is a really big deal for the team, especially since we're starting to get ready for national season.
All the students on the NDSU Forensic team do 6 events and also do the parliamentary debate. As of right now, the team has 4 members that travel actively.
More than 300 employers are expected to be on hand at the annual NDSU Career Expo that will be held this coming Tuesday and Wednesday. This event, which is sponsored by the Career Center, gives current NDSU students and alumni the opportunity to talk with company representatives and recruiters and make connections that could help lead to the start of a career. Jill Wilkie, the Career Center director, urges students to do their research and identify prior to the expo who they would like to talk to. More than 1,400 students are expected to attend this year's expo.
There are many organizations that offer physical activity, but only a few that are truly competitive. This week for our organization piece, SUTV's Mariah Stevens takes a closer look at women's club volleyball.
Bump, set, spike. Thursday nights at the Benson Bunker Fieldhouse, you'll hear this lingo being shouted. NDSU Women's Club Volleyball is a competitive tryout team and is listed as a campus organization. More than providing these women with a fitness outlet, it gave some of them a chance at making connections.
I didn't have any friends here yet because I moved from St. Louis, Missouri, so I thought that playing in the club would help me meet people that had similar interests, and it definitely turned out because I've met a lot of my greatest friends here.
Aside from just playing together and developing friendship, they share in big accomplishments as well.
I guess going to nationals. Nationals is like the biggest tournament at the end of the year. I guess we do have tournaments from the beginning all the way to the end, but national pretty much shows us like how well we improve. So I think nationals.
So as you can see by their Facebook page, NDSU Women's Club Volleyball is so much more than just the sport. They know that the reason they can work together so well on the court is because of the bond they have off the court. Mariah Stevens reporting for SU TV News.
The Women's Club Volleyball team meets every Monday at 8:30 p.m. and Wednesday at 9:30 p.m. If you're interested in volleyball but aren't a woman, don't worry. NDSU also has a men's club volleyball team as well.
This week, temperatures have been above freezing and everyone's noticed.
For Sidewalk Stampede, we asked students how they enjoyed this warmer weather.
How have you liked this warm weather lately?
I really like it, but now it's going to feel even more cold next week when it's cold, so it's kind of been bittersweet.
I love it. It's a lot better than being like ice cold and walking. It seems like everyone's in a better mood when it's warmer out. Have you noticed that?
Yeah, definitely. I've definitely been in a better mood.
What did you do with this warm weather?
Honestly, I've just been kind of working all day, but I made a quick trip over to Putnam Hall and walked so I could soak up the nice weather.
So have you done anything fun since it's been warm out?
No, I got a few tests coming up, so I'm not a fun person, but I mean, the provisions are out there to do something fun, so that's always a good thing.
Are you kind of excited for it to go back to cold?
No, but I'm already kind of getting mentally prepared for it, I guess. I've already been checking my weather app a lot. I see it's going to get cold, so I'm just kind of...
What do you think about it getting colder this coming week on Friday?
Well, I think it's kind of a tease right now, actually. Now it's going to be 9 degrees again next week, so I'm not looking forward to that.
Joining us now is sports reporter Allie Thorson.
So Allie, what do you have for sports for us?
We have lots of news. Bison men preparing for a huge game against South Dakota State, and we'll hear from Caroline Dehoff on her resignation next.
Jitters is the NDSU Campus Communities Coffee Hub. Conveniently located right next to campus, Jitters Coffee has a wide range of amenities, including comfortable seating, Wi-Fi, and an assortment of beverages. Jitters is here to meet your needs, whether you're looking to relax and socialize or study in a rich, active environment. Be sure to make your way over for your morning brew, a bite at lunch, or for a break between classes. Get your fix only at Jitters.
Hey, I'm Mariah, and I'm at Bus because not only does it save me money, but with 20 different routes, it makes getting around Fargo much more convenient. I'm at Bus. Do you?
Deeks Pizza. Prices with the student in mind. Fast delivery and conveniently open until 3 a.m. Order by phone at 701-235-0708. Order online at deekspizza.com or order with Deeks' easy-to-use mobile app. NDSU. Make Deeks your choice for pizza this semester. That's Deeks. Great pizza that won't empty your pockets.
SU TV Sports is brought to you by Shields. Ready for your next big adventure? Welcome to Shields.
Welcome back. Breaking news happened Thursday afternoon when NDSU women's basketball coach Carolyn Dehoff announced her resignation. She will remain the head coach for the remainder of the season, and her resignation will take effect on April 15th. Dehoff says the outcome of last weekend's game and the scrutiny on social media towards the players led to this decision. In 6 years, Dehoff has a career record of 72 and 101 at NDSU, including a sub-500 record in the Summit League. She also has a 1-5 career record in the Summit League tournament. When this season concludes, the Bison will finish with its 4th losing season in a row. But the Bison men's basketball team is heating up at the right time of the season. NDSU has won 9 of its last 10 games. The Bison are currently in first place in the Summit League and are gearing up to take on South Dakota State on Saturday. It is one of the biggest tests for the Bison as the top 2 teams in the conference battle each other. The Jackrabbits are 8-3 in the conference. NDSU has beat SDSU in the first meeting between the 2 teams back in January in Brookings, South Dakota by a score of 85-77. For local fans, Saturday's rivalry...
To be honest with you, we're not doing a whole lot different than we would have for any other game. Obviously, there's a lot more at stake for this game. But, you know, as far as preparation, we're doing the same things we've done all season. You know, it's worked pretty well for us so far, so we're just sticking to that.
What is this, our second biggest game of the year in a row? Third, fourth? They're all big now. It is exciting because people around here are getting to this game. I mean, this is a game that we'd have a good crowd if we weren't in the conference race tomorrow.
Saturday's game has been declared a gold rush, and all fans are encouraged to wear gold. Head coach Saul Phillips will not wear shoes to raise awareness for Samaritan's Feet. Tip-off is at 2 p.m. and can be seen on GoBison.com, part of NDSU All Access. Well, it may not be a varsity sport, but the NDSU Women's Club hockey team is making great strides to get recognized at the collegiate level. Getting a taste of nationals last season, This year's roster, though young, is beginning to recognize the importance of the opportunity. Even through switches in positions and issues playing the full 51 minutes, the Lady Bison have been able to come together at the right times and remain the #1 ranked seed in the ACHA West throughout the entire season. Closing out the regular season last weekend with a sweep over the University of Wisconsin La Crosse, the Lady Bison begin the playoffs with a 15-5 record, and Nationals is well in sight.
Everyone's kind of starting to mesh together now and, be heading out east hopefully, and everything's starting to kind of come together.
This year I want it to be different. I want us to actually go and have it be successful because, we deserve it. We are the best team, and I really do think that we can win it.
Lady Bison traveled to North to take on Assiniboine Community College in Manitoba on Saturday for a 2-game series. The Women's Division I and II National Tournament will take place March 13th through the 16th at the University of Delaware. While 2 home duels remain for the North Dakota State wrestling team in the Bison Sports Arena this weekend. The Bison face Wyoming Friday evening and South Dakota State Sunday with a shot at back-to-back regular season conference championships. NDSU comes into this weekend 10-6 in duels with a 3-0 Western Wrestling Conference record, while Wyoming and SDSU are tied for second in the conference, owning 3-1 records in the WWC, with Wyoming coming in as the reigning regional champion.
Wyoming is they're a good program, and we've had some good battles here over the years. But we got a conference dual meet championship on the line, so it's a big duel for us.
Oh, that match is super important for numerous reasons. For one, it helps with conference seeding. For two, we win the conference if we beat Wyoming and then SDSU the following Sunday.
With 2 victories this weekend, the Bison would finish the season a perfect 5-0 heading into the NCAA West Regional on March 8th.
Thanks, Allie. The annual Saddle and Sirloin Little Eye competition was held this weekend, and it was nothing short of a success.
Stay with us.
More than 400 million people use Facebook to stay connected with family, friends, and colleagues, in addition to the millions of others who use Twitter, LinkedIn, Pinterest, and Flickr for networking purposes. While Facebook and other social media sites are great tools to help you connect with friends and build networks, you should also be aware of the potential dangers associated with using these tools. So, let's talk tech. First of all, always be mindful of what you and your friends are posting online. Nothing online is private, no matter what security settings a website may boast. Anything posted online stays online. So take time to consider what you and your friends are putting online before you post it. For example, do you want your potential employers or your current boss to see embarrassing pictures that your friends have posted? There's also the question of how much information should you disclose on a social media site. Posting too much personal information could lead to lost job opportunities, harassment, internet stalking, and identity theft. Don't publicize information that the public doesn't need to know. Finally, you should think about who you want to see those things you've posted online. By evaluating the appropriateness of the privacy settings on your social media site, it is recommended that you customize your settings such that only your close friends can see your personal information, such as your home address, email, and phone numbers. Ideally, this information should not even be online. Additionally, social media networks frequently update their security protocols, so be sure to review and update your security settings regularly. With these precautions, you will be well on your way to enjoying a safe and secure social networking experience.
Some of the best livestock showmen NDSU has to offer hope to make their mark this past weekend. Their way of doing that was the 88th Little International Competition. Over 300 students of NDSU's Saddle and Sirloin Club got the chance to show classes of horse, beef, dairy cows, sheep, and swine. The preliminaries took place on Friday and Saturday morning. The showmanship finals were Saturday night, where the overall champion was Jared Sonola. Organizers of Little Eye say the event was a big success and hope that it just keeps getting better.
It's just so important to get the community involved and get a positive word out for the industry of agriculture, animal husbandry, and just keep the lifelong traditions going of SNS and Little I.
This year's Little I Queen is Jordan Zenker.
Thank you for watching this edition of SUTV News.
Be sure to pick up a copy of The Spectrum and check us out on Facebook or Twitter.
Also, visit us at ndsubin.com for your chance to win some special prizes. We leave you now with video highlighting a story for next week's newscast about curling.
Have a great night. Like me, this one that says country.